I haven't really been trading. I haven't
Pardon?
missed. I haven't really been trading. I haven't missed the crypto rally that we are having right now. You know, I haven't really been settled.
You've been away.
There's a crypto rally right now. I think starting last week on Friday, price of Bitcoin and other crypto pairs are going up. I think Bitcoin
Okay.
moved from 64 to it's now 80,000 around there.
Yeah.
That's the rally.
Yeah. Actually, yeah.
Moved from about 64 there to 80. Currently, it's
Ah,
trying this momentum. Looks like it's
yeah.
trying to cut off momentum, but anyway, can continue up.
I expect a good continuation. Might continue up.
Yeah, possible, but I see it has reduced on the momentum. Mhm.
Yeah.
Like the momentum it had last week, kind of cut it out. So I want to see if it will continue to.
Yeah.
Although it's bullish right now. Can you see my screen?
Yeah, I can see it right now.
Yeah, it's kind of bullish. Nothing bearish yet. Everything is pointing uh bullish momentum, but you have to be careful with this. Mostly crypto at this time. So just wait and see if it breaks above this, then continues. The pattern it will create here, above here, will determine if
Yeah.
it will come back here or above this. You know, I don't want to be caught
Yeah.
in these Bitcoin things because a lot. But I'm in a sell on Geo. I think it's even done. You know, that
What
retracement
are you
is
considering?
basically just the Asian range. They take out of this, took out this, then
Okay.
go into the downside. And I also considered there is some sort of resistance here. So
Yeah.
when it took out the general trend, okay, the current trend for me is it's not so bearish, but there is some sell. But I didn't really expect it to go so far because of this kind of thing.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm still highly skeptical. It
Yeah.
can just retest here and start to move. So entered
Okay.
one position here and I want to see the
But
reaction here because there is a lot happening down here. There is also a supply, I mean a demand zone. There is also a
okay.
demand zone. So buys are likely still. One thing I've been avoiding these weeks is trading against the trend. I'll either enter, even quarter the lot size, you know, because the market is
Yeah.
really what it wants. Just give me a second.
Okay.
I'm back. So,
Okay.
Mark,
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here.
so this place is likely to hold actually because of also this pattern here, this triangle pattern. But yesterday I saw this sell, very massive one, retracement of the 50%. So it may happen the same way here and just start flying to the upside.
I,
And
I,
actually,
I, I took that short sale using the region indicator, that one yesterday, but it was just about 20 pips, 22 pips around there.
so I want to see this happen. I'm not going to close my sell, but I'll have some buy stops too. Yeah,
Okay.
the best it would be is break above this point. That's me. That's when I consider a break above a trend line. If I have a break of market structure, but for now, market structure has even respected the downside. So I'll have some buy stops here because if it breaks this, even though there's so many resistances, if it breaks here, it
Mm,
can reach this point, you know.
yeah, yeah.
So that's what I would consider. Then that's
So
basically buy side.
okay, okay.
Then gold, so bullish.
Yeah, so
So
gold, I tried looking at the Asian session, but it seems when it's in a trending, when the market is trending, it can't quite really give you like entry points or something like that. Like,
hmm,
so yeah, I just wanted to ask you something about that.
okay, now the first thing that you have to do is identify the market structure. The second is an area of value. So
Mm,
now here the market is kind of bullish. And if you're looking to buy, you have to be looking for an area of value somewhere, either demand zone or trend line if you have one or something like that. So if the market doesn't sweep liquidity to your area of value, it's at times, most times what it does, most in this trending Asian range, it will pull 50% and then drop to that direction. To pull back 50% to this Asian session thing, this is the 50% and then drop. So it's what you're supposed to be looking at. Now, me, of course, I consider shorts, the shorts right now on gold are short term. So most of the times they're going to be coming to an area of value. This is the 15-minute time frame. Look at how bullish this thing is. But it doesn't mean it will go up forever. It can give us a small pullback, then go to the upside. So what we are looking for is to get that pullback. And we shall consider it a low probability setup because
mm,
it's a trend. But you can see if someone entered here, they would have got it. So what you expect is a retracement again for you to get some sort of sell, an area of value. Can be a psychological level, maybe the 4,600 or something. But you can see how some sales would have, at this point, you'd have gotten some sales. So pulls back 50%, gives you a confirmation. That's when you enter. Mostly in this trending Asian sessions, you get.
mm,
Now
yeah,
you can see how the sell candles are kind of big. So there is volume to it. So the entry would have been on this one. This tree is at top, you know, because someone here entered it massively and missed it and would have been looking for just stop loss above this area for a short term to here, you know. And here it broke below the trend line, gave us a nice retracement of that trend line and then bounced. Then currently it still has opposition to the upside. It can also, if you have to consider this point, can also give us a pullback here, which will be at an
yeah,
area of value, which is this one for some cells. So you have to be open-minded about the whole setup. If they pull back to here, or this
yeah,
point, massive. But this one would have been massive. But the thing about it is, if the market comes back to any area of value and gives you confirmation, try to get in. And if you feel there's another point after, it will be a second setup for the day. And once you lose two, you leave. You leave that day. It's just about
yeah.
your discipline and having something that works. You get now like this one. How would we identify this one? Trend looks kind of bearish, but yeah, looks kind of bearish actually. I want to see what happened yesterday. We had the market drop down, take this low, this Asian session, and then move to the upside and just hit take profit at that. So it's likely to happen here. We have seen this take out, so we can have the market float even up to here, you know. And me, that's how I trade. Look at this, just take out of that, tapped on this height, and then dropped again. So very possible, very
Your
possible. And
Asian
that's
session is the one that is in blue, right?
yeah, the one that is in blue. Then this box is for London because I don't want to mess up my whole chart.
Mm.
Same thing it did here. Took that out, went, cleaned it, and then formed some movement to the downside. So I just kind of want to repeat that.
Okay.
Just want to kind of repeat that. Even here, I did the same. So repeated patterns are what technical analysis is. These pairs I haven't really seen what they're doing, so I'm not going to lie to you. But I think they're still
No,
going.
JPY is just they just go up and then they blow back down rapidly and then they start rallying back up again.
I've learned how they move. But the thing is not
Yeah.
about learning something every time. Man, execution.
Mm.
Even the way I used to trade prop firms, it's not the same way I trade them now. If I was to
Yeah.
trade a prop firm, I would just full pot it. I would say, okay, right now maybe someone may not have the capital for, but let me tell you, the more time you waste on it on a prop firm, you just realize your year is wasted.
Yeah, you're right.
I was telling Michael the other time that you don't need to take 6 months on a prop farm. I don't know. Our neighbors, I don't know, they bought for them a hen or some shit. African homes.
I
Thing is,
know. Okay.
it woke me up, man.
I
Anyway,
know. I understand.
so now
Anyway,
that's it. Just get your risk your 2% per day. 1%, 1%
mm,
should be minimum, man. Because man, look at these accounts. 10K,
yeah.
you're fearing to lose $50 on a 10K account. These guys just cap our minds, man. So what you do, you risk 100. Then you come back another day
Yeah.
and risk.
Yeah. You're
Isn't that 1%? Mark,
right.
Mark.
Hmm.
Hey,
Hmm.
network.
Yeah.
Oh, let's think.
It, my network.
Network. So I was saying 1%, you risk $100, and there is hey, are you there? Hey, scare's gone. Oh, you can hear me properly. So you
Yeah, I
risk
can hear you.
$100. That's 1% today. $100, 1% tomorrow. Out of 8 trades, I don't know how many trades you're going to lose. Actually, some of these prop firms give us 10% loss thing, a maximum loss of is it 10%? Yeah. So imagine,
10% overall loss.
yeah, overall loss.
Yes.
If you have a good strategy, out of those
Hmm.
10 trades, are you going to lose all the 10? You have to just make sure you imagine now you win like
No.
the first three and you have a 1 to 2. You're already almost
Hmm.
just the 1 to 2, man. You're getting $200 in one setup.
Hmm.
And if it does a one to
Hmm.
three, you're already $300 up, you know? Because
Yeah.
how long will you start risking $25 on a 10K account? How many trades will
You will
you
never
need?
pass that account. You
You
need
never.
like almost 30, almost. You will never pass it.
There's this guy who is
You
coding.
just get the zeal to buy more accounts. That's what I told actually Gundi, Michael also. He's more focused on buying accounts than just trading the accounts.
Uh, Me,
But
let me
once
tell
it goes in deep drawdown, he stops trading it.
you, even trend lines
And I
work.
told him, if you fail, you fail. You fail, you fail. Simple
Yeah,
as that. And then
but
you move on to the next.
of course there is
You're learning.
there is risk tolerance to it, but
Mm,
you also have to have a perspective.
yeah.
To have a perspective of how things are going to flow. You can't just be trading like that over and over again. I'm
So,
looking at this trade coming
so
back here.
Emma, Emma, last time you talked about in a ranging Asian range, in a
Mm.
ranging one, once maybe it blows out like it gives that expand, is it that blowout at first? I think it's the expansion or something like that, and then it comes back. So we always expect it to let me say go off, okay, like bounce off the 50 zone of the Asian range, right? In the trending one, not on the
Yeah,
ranging Asian
in the
range.
trending one, that's why I've marked out some 50% something. Even though this looks like funny, but to me it's ranging because
Mm.
it's kind of big.
Yeah,
That's
it's ranging. That one is
about
ranging.
50. I don't want to sell
Yeah,
from here. Yeah. Not advisable. So I
yeah,
want to just pull back, then I buy in. Because here, this is the area of value. It's 50% and there's
yeah,
also a demand zone. And if I had a trend
yeah,
line, I would also mark it out.
yeah,
Or what we can have is a 50% of this London session, but I'll just mark it out as an area and see how the candlesticks just move, you know.
yeah, yeah.
I see
What
this one.
about that upper zone of the Asian range? Because I'm seeing it's almost at the same level as these previous resistances up.
Which one's this one?
Like, okay, it looked to me like they're almost in the same range, but they are not anyway. So that wouldn't be considered like an area of value.
This one. It's possible.
Yes.
Now, this is why it depends on your confluences. You're not going just, you want it to bounce here and just continue.
Mm.
Now, let me tell you, in strategies, you have to look at one thing,
Yeah.
you know, how comfortable is that market coming back to sit here? At times, my ask leave them. Yes, it's going to be a good area of value in another strategy, break and retest.
Mm.
How about the one that sweeps liquidity and comes deeper, then forms something like that and goes up? So if you keep
Mm.
having such two of them, you're going to become confused. That's
Yeah.
why I mark out the most obvious area of value. It's either here or this dotted line that I put, which is 50%. So all these
Mm.
are going to be in that area. Where I'll see some candlestick patterns with momentum is where I'll enter. This stop loss is just 7 pips. If I was to enter here, I would recalculate my risk to make it 12. That's when the market, I give it breathing room to decide. Then I enter. But now this one is going to be difficult because I don't have where to set my stop loss. Yeah, so I want to avoid all that. Yes, I can do that, but not viable. I want something that is
So
clean, maybe a
probably the
pullback
the
here.
demand. Okay.
So,
Okay.
but I also consider the distance sometimes. Like you see between here and this high, this distance between
Mm.
here and this high, here and here, I can
Mm.
pull a fib from here and I get 50%. From here, I'll get 50 to 60% here. You can see that they are in the same proximity as the previous high, you know,
Mm.
that
Mm.
like here.
Yeah.
So there will be
Yeah.
comfortable. And you can see the market just played. It even came and tapped this demand zone here.
Yeah.
Okay, so stop loss had to be like down here.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Mm.
So in actual sense, you don't have to consider like many areas of, like, for example, you don't have to put like many confluences into the Asian range. Just pick like one or two which you really feel like, okay, which you really
You don't,
consider
you don't,
most.
yeah,
Yeah.
you don't feel, but you, we, okay, I don't know if it comes with experience, but you just see to it that, okay, this zone is likely to hold more than this one. Or
Mm,
you just have it in your head that this is a much clear zone. It's a much safer play.
okay.
It's a much safer play than this safer play. So I would consider
Okay.
what's safe.
Mm.
And like I'll give you the
Uh,
example. If
yeah, yeah,
this if it gives me a Fibonacci retracement point, that's
yeah.
why I'm considering also is 50 because I can pull a fib from here to here. Look
Mm.
at this. I
Mm.
still have I'm in the much
Yo,
safer zone
bam.
influences.
Mm. Mm.
You see that?
Yeah, Emma, I can feel that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I
So
was also asking, so the trend line is just, for example, like a last point of whereby it shouldn't, when market breaks that zone, you
mm,
count that thing invalid, like it's for invalidation or something. That's what we use it for
trend line
nowadays, because
trend.
nowadays,
Mm. No, I use
mm,
trend line. I use trend line. See, look at this 50.
yeah,
Look how it's holding. I use trend line like a lot. Only that I I don't talk about. Let me see a chart that I've drawn. I use trend lines by the way. I don't know. I think I've just removed this one, but you see, I put a trend line there. Like I use them, they tell me the direction of the market,
Emma,
and if the
Emma,
market is
give me,
close to, yeah,
Emma,
yeah.
give me just a minute. Give me just a minute. Give me just a minute. Talking about you are still talking about the trend lines in that
Yeah,
the
I,
trend
I use
line, like the trend line point. Yeah.
I use them a lot. Like I can't forgo trend lines because they help me a lot. By the way, it's what I
Mm,
used to. Even though it's a 15 minute or 5 minute, no, not or 1 hour. I use it to determine the trend. Like I draw it out and say, now you see, like this one tells me that
yeah.
okay, we may have some buys, so the sells are risky, but until we break above this, then it's possible. So they always come in and they help me. I don't know if I have,
Mm,
but I use trend lines a lot.
yeah.
Now this thing has
Do
retraced
you also use the Asian sanction on BTC?
to some degree, yeah, because now this one has
Okay.
respected it. It has respected it, so I use it to some degree, but
Mm,
not so much. I've not been trading BTC. I've not been trading BTC that
mm,
much. You get.
mm.
So it's just a 50-50.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm. But on GBP and gold,
Mm,
I use the Asian session. And there is other
mm,
strategy too. Now look at this one. You see, if the distance to me is small, it's not viable. But if we have like a nice pullback to these areas,
mm.
maybe all this that and it gives me strong entry, like strong reasons as to why I can buy, then that's when I enter the buy. I don't just buy. And this one I would count it so risky because the volume is kinda I don't really know Asian.
Though on that Asian range, I would consider that 50% because it seems like it has a big confluence on it. It seemed like it had a big the chart which you've been on, UJ.
You UJ? Oh UJ.
Yeah, the chart which you've been on. That
Mm.
50 zone, it looks like it could
Yeah,
hold
yeah,
like
yeah. But until the market comes there, now you're saying why avoid this one. So avoid all that. The candles are even becoming bigger. You get.
yeah,
So
yeah,
let's look at this would be the best option.
yeah.
Pull back to here, best option, you know?
Mm, yeah.
So yeah, let's wait and see. This pair has been ranging for some time, yet the friends are going up. This
Actually, yeah. I'm also it's funny. It's funny, it's
is
funny.
TRX. Anyway, same behavior. What's happening? So Mark,
I thought when Bitcoin rallies for most of them, the rest will also rally up.
but to me, I think momentum is dying out.
You help
And
me look at there's this pair, UCAD and
you can,
GBP.
mm,
Yeah, UCAD.
you
UCAD
can.
and GBPAUD.
I don't really have what to tell you, but a pullback is the best option. You know, I can't say we go against the trend. No, I can't say that. So the best option is to wait for the best possible buy because it has already indicated here. I can't say let's sweep here and go to the downside because also the trend lines are still valid here to some degree.
Mm,
So I want to see an indication, maybe, you know. So these are pairs I
yeah.
would avoid today. I would avoid them until we have something good. Trend
Okay.
line is so just the other is GBP card,
GBPAUD.
GBP AUD,
Yeah.
AUD. We're going to see how the market is going to move. Um, let's see. Look at this. We already missed our move. Okay, we have not yet really missed it, but the pullback, they're all pullbacks, they're all,
To the
to me, I would
50.
just wait for a pullback still.
Yeah.
Now, this one, I would
Okay.
consider it at this point. I would consider it at this point, you
Why?
know.
Because it's ranging? Because the Asian session was ranging?
Yeah, then it broke out. It had actually indicated like trend, like continuation. Because you see how it
Yeah.
respected this previous one for yesterday,
Yeah.
respected that high. And it was also the high for the Asian session of yesterday. So pullback was massive. So if we get like a pullback to here, then we can have a buy. Maybe it can happen
Okay.
later on. I'm not sure. Trend line is valid. So even a 50% would be so nice. Like, yeah, very good one.
Yeah, I tried to look at that. That's why I wanted you to help me look at that. And then I see, yeah, I was also waiting for that 50 zone for at
Mm.
least some short-term buys, at least up to this previous, yeah, from the 50 or something like that. Anyway, depending. But
And
that bearish candle seems to be huge, that the market might
I'm
come up
coming.
to the 50 zone.
Let me see how big. Hey man, this stop loss is this value is big. But here would be a very viable as long as the candlesticks show up and confirm.
Mm.
But the best would be here. Though here there is a 50% Fibonacci ratio. The
So
golden area.
most of the candlesticks they form on the 5 minute or the 15 because when you're on the 15 market doesn't really give you that option to wait for the candlestick confirmation. Sometimes it just hits and then it just rallies up. So do you have to first scale down to the 5 minute first
It just
to
depends
see
on
candle behavior?
what you're seeing. If you're not seeing something, you just scale lower. But me, I stop on the 15 really. Because at times I look at the 1 hour most, like after analysis, then I ask go to the 15 minutes and see the candlestick that's forming right now. Most times after analysis, I leave my
Okay.
charts on that, you know. It just depends on
Yeah.
now you what are you saying, stuff like that. So
Okay.
yeah, Mark, that's it. We shall see how this pairs move.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Kale,
Uh,
you tell me
yeah,
Thursday.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Just let
Let's
me
say
know earlier,
Thursday.
man. And Sunday I'll be so fixed, man. Like Sundays.
I understand. I understand. We were supposed to have it on Saturday, but you aren't around. The whole weekend you aren't around, so that's why I pushed for it this weekend, at least today here. But Thursday would be okay, no problem. I'll tell you earlier.
Kale, daytime.
Okay, no problem.